I went from too angry to make a video to rambling on about a bunch of stuff that meant nothing in another video I was just about to make. So I'm going to do my best to try and unpack what took place this afternoon. I get to the track, get a text from Harry saying that really don't care, has a lot of mucus in her nose, not going to be able to race tonight. Next week, I guess. Can't race a sick horse. I pick up the program, look quick. Tim's filly's in there, Time's sister. I think I've been blinded by rage for hours now. Because if you put a gun to my head right now and told me to name one horse, including Time's sister, I couldn't do it. I know there's Time in her name. I can tell you she's pretty little filly, but I can't for the life of me think of any horse, not one horse in her race I know the name of. All I knew is that Scotty was the favorite, Dave Plone was the second favorite. That's all I knew when I went on the track. Everybody else was kind of this group of competitive double-digit horses. I'm thinking, if I get out of there clean, stuff Dave in behind me, hit the brakes at the quarter, Scotty's on the move, cut him loose, follow him, finish second, high fives all around. The latter part happened, not the front part. Made front, I get up there a little hot, 26-4. I didn't think we were going that much, but I get up there a little hot. I look at the TV and Scotty's in like fifth, maybe fourth or fifth. I don't want to slam the air on and be flat-footed starting into the turn, into the backstretch, and have somebody pace right by me. So I got to keep her going a little bit. 55-2 or whatever. This is a little hot. I'm thinking 26-4, 56-1, 55-2. That's not even a minor miss. It's a pretty major miss on my part. I look over my shoulder quick. Scotty's not even first over. So I get a blocker. I don't know how good the horse first over is. I know where it's go straights. And I know that my filly feels strong. So we get into the last turn. Scotty's about to find some real road trouble. So I wait 3-4 Mississippis and I cut her loose. Now I feel my only danger is in behind me, and it doesn't feel like he's going to beat me. It's going to be tight, but we start into the stretch. Dave comes up the inside and we're noses apart going to the wire. Bugger, he just beats me at the wire. I guess I'm one of the other 20-some thousand people he's beaten in a photo in his life. Race great though, 51 at a piece. Certainly no complaints. I know that Tim was happy, Sophie was happy, everybody's happy, as he should be. Philly raced her butt off. It's huge. So the day's starting good. I have to wait around a little while. I'll watch Mark win the Phillies division with Ray Schnicker's horse at long odds. So congratulations to them. Great drive. She raced great. And then I go out with the Colt. I warm him up. He warmed up good. I was happy with the way he warmed up. Seemed comfortable. But I got a problem, and that's the draw, right? I don't mind having the 6-hole, but every single horse to the left of me shows a little bit or a lot of gate speed. The rail horse got a whole position, so's the 2. Scotty's going to assert himself off the car. And make no mistake, if Scotty blasts out of there, my horse puts a step in, and I'm third on the outside going into the first turn, he's not pulling that horse over backwards to cut me loose. It's a horse race. I'm out. And if I look left, if we're going into that turn 4 wide and I look left, guess what? There's no room at the end. No vacancy. You're out. So either front or back or luck. 3 options. I know how quick Arrowhead can get out of there, but he has to hit the gate perfectly. I have to catch the gate on the fly. I have to be in full flight. He can't put a step in. And if he's doing all 3 of those things, I'll be on front before I get to the first turn. I am certain of it. Now, because there is speed inside, I'm thinking have him raging at the gate where I'm a sitting duck if he doesn't. Because if I hit the gate and get out of there perfect, but so does the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know if I can cross over. Then what? So I opt to keep him quiet. I usually score him down, have him on his toes. I opt to just jog him around before the race. And therein lies the only thing I can think went wrong. It shouldn't have. Quite frankly, if I wasn't driving the horse and I'm trying to explain it in this manner as another driver drove him, I would say I'm grasping at straws. But it's the only thing I can think of. He was sound. It wasn't Tim's fault. It wasn't the equipment's fault. It wasn't the blacksmith's fault. Well, I go to come up into position, just like I've done before with him. He put a step in, he kind of looked to the left, looked to the right, he's trying to size himself up. Usually this is when he takes off. I'm not even worried at this point. But as we go to speed away, I'm still a half length off. He's not picking up speed the way he usually does. He puts a step in and now I have to retreat. Now, plan A is done, it's cooked. You are not beating those horses out of there now. So now I look left, and just as I look left, he makes a break. I can't really explain it. I could hear him hit himself, but he chewed himself a little bit leaving. It's not a big deal. I can't really explain it. It's just an absolute heartbreaking feeling. Not only am I your partner on the horse, this is our horse. This is a horse that I actually think has a shot to win this race if he gets a great trip, which he's not now. I know in the blink of an eye, I'm not getting the trip I want, but hold on. Meshuggah can make a break. Those other horses can get roughed up, chewed up, make their own breaks. Just because I'm not getting way in the front or in the 2-hole where I want to be does not mean that I still can't win this race. But it does when you make a break. Anyway, talking about it, I believe, is therapeutic because I literally, when I was done racing, now not only did I have to endure the torture of my horse making a break going for big money, but then I had to sit for 4 races to drive a long shot and finish 4th. Nice gentleman. It was a tough one. I was so mad when I went into the car, I literally could have gently put my phone on the ground, backed over it, drove over it, backed over it, drove over it again, backed over it, drove over it again, and done that until my car ran out of gas. That's how mad I was when I get in the car. I was in no shape to do any videos or talk to anybody about anything. And then Amy called. Ollie has tryouts this week. Got to call the coach to confirm everything is okay. Realistically, Ollie has tryouts Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Saturday, no problem. Amy's going over for Saturday. Sunday, Cleveland Browns game against the Cowboys. This game has caused a little bit of torture, actually. Monday, Ollie's in school. Tuesday, Ollie's in school. Well, so are the kids in Ontario, but they're also playing in Ontario. So I called the coach to say, virtually, does Ollie really need to be at this practice? Now you have to understand, the politics that go into minor league baseball this day and age is, it's like anything else, right? Think of any one thing when you were a kid that was just fun. Now think of that same thing this day and age and tell me if the life has been sucked out of it by a group of people that shouldn't be doing it. Anyway, it's an organized thing, right? It's golf, minor league baseball. They have people that help organize it. And although the coach, he said if he absolutely can't be there, then we'll make an exception. But virtually that's quietly saying, hey, can you have him there? That's fine. That's fine. So we'll have him there. By the time I was done talking to the coach, we get to talk about baseball in general. And, you guys hear me, I'll make baseball analogies all the time. I truly believe any major sport, any high-level professional sport, but most definitely baseball, I find, because I played it when I was a kid, teach you a lot about life, right? Although, as I said, politics has crept into baseball now, and everybody gets to play. When I was a kid, best 9 players on the field. Other 3, make sure everybody has water. You get your chance to take the position during the week of practice, but for the most part, best 9 players take the field. Teaches you a lot about life, right? You got to work hard. You got to simply be better than the other people around you if you want to get ahead in life. Anyway, I still, the break is going to haunt me for a long time. Probably till the day I forget Arrowhead Hanover, which may not be for a very long time. But talking about baseball in general, and again, how I talked about the game the other day. Again, this is helping me, my stress level come down from, 5-alarm fire, stroke any minute, to talking to Ollie's coach about baseball, and how proud I was of him the other day. So Ollie will be at baseball on Tuesday. Amy will take him over. I got a very busy week ahead of me. And an even busier week the week after, and the week after that. It doesn't slow down for us ever, does it? We get a little break. Maybe that's why I really, truly love Christmas season now. Maybe even more than ever. Because it's the only time where the only thing ahead of me to worry about is finish paying for the horses and paying for the steaks that are coming up in February. That's it. That's it. 2 biggest things we have. So although this video is longer than the last and I have rambled, you know what? It does help me, because it truly does bother me to no end when our horses, and again, I guess part of me is saying you're just being greedy, but you work the entire season and it culminates much like Ollie, right? Worked his butt off, took the mound, was that close away from finishing the game a champion and a pitcher, and they lose by 2 runs. Now, I wasn't 1-9 going for $250,000. I wasn't supposed to win. Maybe I was the only person, and maybe some of you, my partners, had thought that Arrowhead Hanover could actually win that race, and I still think he could have, but he didn't. And this is a part of my life where I have to learn, and I had to learn a long time ago to turn the page. We got a lot on the go tomorrow. We got a lot on the go Saturday. Sunday, I'm going to take my wife and my family to the Browns game and hang out with Randy, his kids, his wife possibly. It should be a lot of fun. Monday, though, right back at it. I got to fly to the Poconos. Race time is on my side. Tenacious Hanover, Memory and Imagination. All through the week, Jug Week is coming up. I just realized that Sunday afternoon, Jug Week kicks off. I have to race in Delaware in the afternoon and somehow get to Kentucky at night to race Gaslight Hall for $400,000. Monday, I'm not going to be there to race Rose Run Alexandra and the other filly, Fire and Shine. I'm going to go to Kentuckiana with some clients. And if you're in the Kentucky area, if you are in the greater Kentucky area, Monday, September the 16th, I have an appointment to go view horses at Kentuckiana Farms. That's what I have. And my day almost got really bad. I looked down, I was doing 84 and a 70. Ohio State Trooper right there. Thankfully, he wasn't having a bad day. Cruise control at 78. So if you guys want to go to Kentuckiana with me, you're welcome to. I don't think there's going to be a busload of us, maybe 4 or 5. It should be a lot of fun. Gives us an idea of what we're trying to do. This year is a little tiny bit different. Little tiny bit different. Both the back end and the front end. Amy had a great idea about the buckets also. And I'm going to leave this with you, as I'm going to leave it with our front office at the stable. Amy thought, rather than having buckets, we could break it down into one each individual horse. And I haven't talked to anybody if this is even remotely plausible or feasible or doable on our site. Pacing filly, pacing colt, trotting filly, trotting colt, or even break it down even more. Pennsylvania trotting filly, Pennsylvania tried in cold. And each one, as it fills up and you have a number beside them, you close that one, that's your target number for that particular horse. If you buy that horse for that particular money, you can put it in there. It's a lot more complex, but I love it. I love the idea. We try to, I often joke about keep it simple, stupid, right? The KISS method of almost everything I try to do. And this is the opposite. It's much more complex. And I don't even know if we can do it, but I think it's a cool idea. And as I'm talking about the buckets, and I'm wasting everybody's time just blathering on about baseball, I truly appreciate your help with the buckets. For those of you out there that sent me the email saying thank you for explaining it, I wasn't sure, I owe you an apology again for being an idiot and not explaining it before I ever put them up. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about because you missed the last video, or you missed the video where I explained it, buckets are simple. They're there so that I can compile some money before the sale, so I have the confidence to bid on the horses I want. I can focus on bidding on our horses rather than trying to understand if I can afford them or not. That's what the buckets are for, nothing more. A leap of faith for you so that I can do my job easily and efficiently and quite frankly appropriately. So for those of you out there buying those bucket shares up, I truly appreciate it. It does help, and it allows me to know that I can go to that sale in Ohio and know that when I leave, not only did hopefully we get what we want, but I was able to do it in the most, as I said, efficient and appropriate way. So we've been having a great year, we've been having a great summer, we've been having a great week. We had a bad day. For my partners on Arrowhead Hanover, I can't help but thinking, if I know it's not the trainer's fault, I know it's not the equipment's fault, I know it's not the blacksmith's fault, I have to wonder if a component of his break today was actually me. Maybe my indecision in the warm-up, in the post-parade, and my approach to the race was incorrect. And if so, I apologize. We'll endeavor to push forward. Arrowhead Hanover's not done yet. He still has a standardbred in Jug Week, so at least we'll have some fun in Jug Week. And that particular race, I've come to know, is raced on Jug Day, where time is on my side. We'll hopefully have a shot at the elimination of the final. We'll have a shot at the elimination, I can guarantee it. A shot at the final. And then I think he closes out his year with the Keystone Classic. So thank you for listening to me babble, because it has been, as I said, when I left the Meadows, I was in no shape to speak to anybody about anything. I got through a conversation with Ollie and his coach. His coach about Ollie, which helped. And I got to do a video that, although it wasn't important, I could have told you about Arrowhead tomorrow. I wanted you to understand how things affect me also, if you don't already know that. So I hope you had a good day. If you're my partner, you didn't, in Arrowhead Hanover anyway. But if we can somehow forget about Thursday, September the 5th, 2024, it's been a hell of a summer. So with that, we'll continue on. Big day ahead, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Huge day on Monday with the other Pennsylvania finalist. Time is on my side going. The consolation for Tenacious Hanover and Memory and Imagination. Better days ahead. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care, everybody.